as you know, I started this daily vlog this year in 2018. My goal is to build this into the #1 business entrepreneur channel on YouTube. And as you know, I'm here in North Carolina doing a product shoot for our new health product line. And it's been rough. I just got that nasty email where they were trying to cancel my flight. I've already been away from New York City doing a full day of shooting 2 days in a row and trying to get this vlog done. And let me tell you, it's been quite the experience. However, we're in the process of preparing for a product launch, and it got me thinking about all the different types of content you need to create leading up to a product launch. Most people know they need to create regular content. They also know they need to create sales content, but there's all this ancillary content that people forget about. And I want to talk about that with you today in just a minute. But first, let me tell you my favorite part of North Carolina. It's the food. All right, so tell me about this steak.
This is our prime ribeye tomahawk going at 52 ounces, right? We have it up top to let it sit to room temperature, and then we put it at the bottom to grill it on as well.
So I'm eating that steak that I was showing you before. They expect me to eat it with a chopstick, but how do you eat steak with a chopstick? Look at this. How do you cut it? Like, you try to bite into it, it's just like, what am I supposed to do? This is that's a usability fail. All right, I'm back in the airport right now, and as you know, I want to share some of this stuff that you need to create during a product launch. But first, let me take you behind the scenes and show you some of the things that went down. This was a very advanced video shoot. We had me, Mark, we had another camera guy, we had a set stylist, we had the talent, we had a sound technician, we had some lighting help, we had some assistants. It was a huge shoot. So I want to take you behind the scenes and show you the scale of some of this stuff that we're working on so you can see what could happen as you start to grow and think about your business. So hold on, take a look. Pretty cool, right? It's always interesting when you start to develop your expertise around video content and really doubling down on product launches. Now, don't let this scare you. As you know, when I first started creating content, video content especially, things didn't look that good. As you can see, my first few videos that I filmed at home, they looked horrible. But you know what? It was good enough. As my business started to grow, though, I wanted to double down on creating more differentiated content that would help set me apart from the crowd, and that's when I started to do these bigger studio shoots. The studio shoots were good, but now we started to get even more advanced with multiple camera people. It's super exciting. But today I want to share with you one of the main things that I learned about these shoots, especially shoots related to product launches. Everyone knows they need to create their core content for their launch, and they know they need to create their sales content. But there's all this other content around the launch that you need to create. Things like your Instagram posts, Instagram stories, YouTube videos, Facebook images, Facebook descriptions for the images. There's all this other stuff you have to think about. And sometimes if you're not thinking about that before the video shoot, you're gonna end up saving it for the last minute and you're gonna go crazy. You don't want this to happen. You always wanna plan out all the different types of content that you're gonna need to create before you need to create it. So in this particular case, what we needed to focus on was a couple of things. We had the typical content, sales content, of course. We also had micro content, these little 1-minute videos that taught a quick tip and got people interested in wanting to come check out more. The micro content is key, especially now, because nowadays our audience's attention is split on multiple platforms. Yeah, they subscribe to email, some watch you on Facebook, some watch you on Instagram. You have to think about all these different mediums, and you have to think about how to engage these people. And it's always good to think about that before the shoot so you can be ready to create it. That all said, the #1 most important thing when dealing with product launches is as simple as this. Your videos especially, they need to tell a story. It's not always about the facts of your product. It's not always about what your product does. It's not always about how your product can help people. Instead, your products need to tell a clear and compelling story that your customer can transplant themselves into, and they can imagine themselves going through the motions to get all this stuff done. I know we're getting some kind of background noise, but like I said, it's late. I'm at the airport. I'm keeping my New Year's resolution. I want to make sure that I'm delivering the value here. But again, back to the story. You want your stuff to tell a story. And if you want to tell great stories, compelling stories, stories that move people, make them believe, the one thing I want to share with you is this. People don't know how good something is until you first show them how bad everything could be. Now, what do I mean by this is as simple as this. If you want to paint this picture of this great world that your product can bring your customer to, you also want to contrast that great world with this horrible world without your product. Now, this doesn't mean you're trying to do fear-based marketing or salesy-based marketing. It's just about showing people the context of the story. And when you can create a good peak and a good valley, it makes your story more compelling for the viewer. It keeps them paying rapt attention, and it makes them want to take action. Keeping that in mind, I hope you like this video. So do me a favor. How am I messing up the call to action right now? I'm supposed to be the guy that's good at calls to action, and I did all this content fine, but I can't do a call to action. You know what? Can you give me a pity like? And maybe leave me a pity comment? Be like, hey, Derek, I support you. I like your content. Your calls to action suck right now, but I like you. And I got my video guy laughing at me. I can't even be taken seriously by my own people. Hello? What?